Hi, everybody. Welcome to Bulletproof Underwear, episode number 116. I'm your co-host, Yamjuice.
And I'm your co-host, Flex.
And we've got today a young man who's incredibly good at video games. He's very community organized minded. He is a nerd in the greatest sense of the word, and he's just a super great nice guy, Mr. LoganGrimnar112. Yeah!
Woo! Welcome.
Great to be here.
So, what is up? You're a big fella.
I am. Yeah, I'm 6'3". Just under 300 pounds, 280.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Damn, did you play football?
That's what everybody asks, but I don't have enough aggression for it.
Okay, I'm going to lose my hat here.
All right.
That is a pretty nice little piece of headgear you got there.
Yeah, it is. That's cool.
All right. So, tell us a little bit about Mr. LoganGrimnar. We are interested.
Where do you want to start? Playing video games? Where I started there?
Yeah. Let's hear about your video game history. Let me bring down the audio volume just a teeny bit here. There you go. Keep going.
All right. I started off with the Nintendo 64. That was the first console, playing all those friendly family games, and then went over to my cousin's house and introduced me to Halo 1. So, had a lot of fun doing that, and instantly got my original Xbox to play it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you had an original Xbox?
Yeah, I had one for pretty much the whole time. I got my 360 at the end of Reach. So up until then, I had my original the whole time.
Wow.
Cool.
So why did you pick? Because at the time, the Xbox, the original Xbox was kind of the also ran system. It was like not, PlayStation had been around forever.
Oh,
Everybody and their fucking dog had a PlayStation.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, why did you pick the original Xbox?
It was mainly the controller. That's what it came down to, was the PlayStation controller, being that I have massive hands, the controller was super small for me, and I hated it.
Same problem.
Yeah. Well, me and Flex are 6'2". We're not as big as you, but I got pretty decent sized meat hooks, and I have a PS3 and a PS4 too, but like PS3 controller, I just
Just so dinky compared to the Xbox controller.
Yeah, you feel like you're going to break it if you clench up or something.
Really, I wouldn't mind if they made the Xbox controller bigger than it is too, still a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But they got to take into consideration that not just grown-ups play this game. They got 6-year-olds they got to play.
Well, it's funny, they've never really done a sized controller, for larger hands or for smaller hands. It's kind of weird. I've always wondered why they didn't do that.
Well, they do have the original, that really massive one that first came out.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that. That one was funny.
That looks like something that Batman would whip out of his utility belt. That looks like a controller almost, doesn't it?
Almost, yeah.
It's like you just put the thumbsticks on there and grab the little sides. Perfect. So you were playing, what video game were you playing before you started playing the Halo 1?
I was playing Rayman, Gex, Super Smash Bros.
Oh, okay.
Just all those types of games.
The Nintendo Suite.
Yeah, Nintendo was a great system.
All right.
Was.
So you're a pretty young fella. You're 20, right?
That's it.
Okay, so if you're playing the original Xbox and you're playing Halo when it came out, that would have made you a kid, like a little snot-nosed, little whippersnapper.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So then you went on to what? I guess you went on to Halo 2.
Yep. Played that forever. Oh, geez. I played that campaign so many times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just went into online recently, though.
Well, I'm so looking forward to it. I played.
So am I.
Okay, I don't know if you know this, but me and Flex, or at least me, I am not a longtime Halo guy. My first Halo, I'm sorry to say, is Halo 4. Okay. I know. I'm useless.
Don't be sorry. You're playing Halo.
I'm not sorry I'm playing Halo, but it's like, it's like I'm 55 years old.
Actually.
So I'm only 35 years older than you. Okay. So my first Halo is Halo 4. I missed out on all the other Halos. I was a Call of Duty guy up until just, around about the time that Titanfall came out. I was like, thank God something besides Call of Duty Ghosts. I hated that game so much. It was pissed me off so bad. They're like, Titanfall, please save me, Titanfall.
Nope.
and you were disappointed again.
And I liked it, but it's like it's for some reason, and it's still fun. If you go back, it's still a fun time. But for some reason, I just sort of stopped playing it, and then that's when I gave Halo a look. I had a Halo disc, Halo 4. Like, let's give this a try, and it's like at first, I was getting my ass kicked, but I was getting a little better, and that made me want to go like. Okay, so I bought Halo CE Anniversary, and I played the campaign, and I love that. That's my first Halo campaign.
Yeah, it was a great one.
It was a great one, and I played it. You know how you could switch between the graphics, between the updated modern graphics or the original?
Yep.
I did the whole thing on the original graphics just because it's more fun. Yeah. So did you play the CE Anniversary?
Oh, yeah, I picked that up, and I was pressing that button, seeing the difference. It was pretty cool.
Well,
it's pretty crazy. But, like, the difference, like, I got to play the original, and you never noticed how bad it was, like, just the graphics at first.
Yeah.
And then you asked it, and it's like, oh, my God.
Well, that was a long time.
Well, yeah, we've come a long ways since then, man. It's crazy.
Well, if you look at the great granddaddy of first-person shooters, that would be Wolfenstein, and that is just laughable how horrible the graphics are.
Oh, yeah, Wolfenstein, Doom, there's a couple of other ones in there.
Yeah.
Got Quake in there, and...
So you have a long experience with Halo, or do you play other games?
I've played a couple of games. I used to play the Medal of Honor series before that died out. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that one. A little bit of Battlefield, not much. But it's always come back to Halo. Counter-Strike a little bit. That was a lot of fun as well. RTS computer games. The old school ones, like the original StarCraft, that area.
Yep.
So, yeah.
No, you're not talking about old school, like, text-based shit. I remember when I was in high school, I wasn't part of it, but there was a group of people there was a computer lab where we had a terminal where you could play a game called Zork.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that game. I've heard of it.
Yeah. It's like Dungeons and Dragons more than anything else. You're in a vault, 30 feet below the earth, and you encounter, whatever.
Yep. Yeah, I remember them games.
Killing things, saving damsels, that sort of stuff.
That's right, exactly. So, okay, Grimnar, Logan, Jimmy, what shall we call you?
Well, my actual first name is Logan, and Grimnar is a character in this science fiction world who's really awesome, and I thought it would be kind of cool to have my online name be the same as his.
Right. When I Googled, I was looking for your channel because I was subscribed to you, but like I didn't want to just like scroll through all my subscriptions to find your channel. I Googled LoganGrimnar, and I wasn't getting your video channel. I was getting this character.
Yeah.
So yeah, I saw the character. It does look cool.
Space Viking is pretty awesome. Yeah.
All right, now, so where does Jimmy come from? Is that like your middle name or something?
No, that's just a favorite name of mine. I've always liked that name.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, my name is actually James, so I have been called Jimmy before, but yeah. So your YouTube channel is pretty new. It's like it looks like it goes back only to like the spring of this year.
That's it. Yep.
So what prompted you to decide you're going to start making a YouTube channel?
I was looking around the internet, looking at Uber Nick, Most Major, Rapscallion, Naked Eli, and such, and I was just wondering if I would be able to do that. so I gave it a shot and had some success. And a lot of people were saying, yeah, these are good topics and good commentary, but you need a better capture system. So,
yeah. Your first videos are pretty rough. What were you like using a camcorder on your TV or something?
No, just a cell phone.
That's a cell phone, huh?
That's that American can-do spirit, even if it's a Canadian. Well, actually, some of those were good videos. I watched a lot of your videos, including those ones where you're using the cell phone. And your topic, you do like a topic kind of based commentary for the most part. Tryhards and getting better and history and all kinds of stuff like that. And I enjoy those kind of commentaries. That's the kind I like the most. When somebody has something that they want to just talk about. Let's talk about whatever it is. It could be a lofty, meaty subject, or like, let's talk about bananas. Whatever. But the gameplay is always good. The gameplay is very good, and I've played with. Am I going to call you Logan? Am I going to call you Grimnar? Am I going to call you Jimmy? What am I?
It doesn't matter either one. Grimnar works.
Okay, we're going to just say Grimnar because that's what most people call you, right? Okay, we're going to just call you Grimnar. It's like he's on my friends list, Flex, and we played a few times. And here's the thing, I am not very good. And,
neither am I.
and Grimnar is very, very good. And we would go into matches and we would win. Our team would win by that much. And it's only because, he was getting more kills than enough to counter the ones I was giving away.
That's not entirely true. You're a decent player. You're a good support player. You're there for the right time. You come in and save the day.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. But see, I was very impressed by the fact that you're willing to play with a scrub ass like myself, and that just goes to attest to how nice of a guy that you are, and I appreciate that. I really do.
All been there.
Us noobs like that.
Yeah, we've all been noob at some point.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, you're such a nice fella that I would actually put you up in the same category as Crazy Spartan as far as good dudes.
Everybody says that we sound like the exact same, that we're like brothers or something.
You do sound a little bit alike. Although, he's an old dude and you're a young dude. He's a lore guy. Are you a lore guy?
Yeah. I try and follow it, but usually everybody else beats me to the punch over the Halo stuff. So why beat a dead horse with a stick type of thing? I'd rather do the topics.
Yeah.
Right. So we were playing, and you're really, really good on the call outs and all that stuff. It's like very impressive. I'm so scared when Master Chief comes out. All these people are going to know all this stuff, and I'm not going to know jack shit.
You'll learn quick.
So Master Chief is coming out. Today is September 21st. Master Chief is coming out in 1 month and 1 1/3 months.
Oh, the chills.
All right, so what are you going to do first? What's your first thing you're going to dive into?
Actually, I'm going to do the ultimate campaign thing. I'm going to do all of them in chronological order, starting with Reach, Halo 1, 2, ODST, then 3 and 4.
Wow. So you're not going to hit the multiplayer for a while then?
Nope, not for a while, yeah.
That's a lot of campaign, man.
Oh, yeah. I want to relive it all. It's going to be awesome.
It is. It's going to be incredible.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The videos coming out are just phenomenal. It's like they show the side by side, and it's just, fucking incredible, man.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so what do you think about Halo 2 is getting the full anniversary treatment, even above and beyond what they did for CE. They're remastering at least 6 of the maps. They're gonna do a overhaul on, and they're adding extra stuff. They're like you can shoot the ice, the ice things. You can trigger the waterfalls, and you can
little active action.
You can make the little dome thing, shield.
Right.
What do you think? What's your opinion on all that?
I actually really like how they're doing that. They're changing it up a little bit just to make it more more fair on the battlefield because, yeah, that middle building in Ascension, that one is like just a death area. You go there to die pretty much. So adding that dome there, it adds for a little bit better gameplay, I believe.
Yeah, I think you're probably right on that because it's still pretty campy, you know, that map. Sniper City.
Oh, yeah.
Whoever's got the sniper, that's what you got to worry about. We're getting a phone call in there. And answer the phone. I don't know.
Everything is on that one.
Yeah. So did you watch any of the tournament that they had a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah, I caught the last one, the very last episode for the championship.
That looks pretty good. Esports looks like it might kind of be coming back. I don't know if MLG is going to pick it up.
Maybe. Yeah, and then I went back on YouTube and I checked out the first game with the Team America, and everybody was saying that they got destroyed in the end, and it was like, you know what? It was actually pretty close for most of the match.
Oh, it just had they had a little flub up at the end, or yeah,
and the other team just got momentum and they just kept it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Halo is kind of that sort of a game. I mean, but the momentum could change if the other team makes a mistake.
Oh, yeah.
And you don't, like, if you just hang in there and you exploit their mistake, then you can get the momentum back. It's you know, it can be a really competitive game. Now I know that you like competitive games. You were did a video you know, about pub stomping, and it's not something that you're a big fan of.
No.
Sorry, Modest Major.
Yeah, he does enjoy the pub stomp.
Yeah.
But I just find a competitive game is way better. I love those close games where you don't know which side's going to win. It just makes you fight harder. It keeps the interest in there more.
Keeps you digging into it, man.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So what's your favorite kind of thing to do? Is like, are you really big sniper? Or, you know, do you specialize in vehicles? What's your bag, baby?
I like getting into the close combat, the nitty gritty, right in your face type of action, like assault rifles, battle rifles. Yep. I'm not a fan of sitting back.
I noticed that you on several of your gameplays, you'd have like the kind of loadout where you have a battle rifle and an assault rifle, and you'd go to town with that assault rifle.
The assault rifle has that magic range, you know, where it's not quite close enough that they can melee at you. It's not far enough away that they can BR you. It's just that perfect range where nothing can be beat.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, I think that the suppressor should have been in that category, but it's not.
It's not bad, but like it has that shotgun spread, and that's just too much of a spread. It's not reliable anymore.
Yeah. it's like, for a close quarter weapon, it sucks. The assault rifle is way better.
Yeah. The bolt shot's better. Like when you finally get into the range for the suppressor, they just pull out that bolt shot and one shot you every time.
Yep.
I haven't played with the bolt shot that much because, for one thing, it's kind of a douchebag weapon.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I actually still have to work on my mastery for that. I wasn't one of those douchebags at the beginning of the game who was running around with that thing every day. So I'm still working on trying to get the achievement for it.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you one thing it's really good for. If you're like one shot and you're desperate, you duck around the corner, you whoop that thing out, and you start charging it, and the guy's going to come finish you off. He thinks he's going to finish you off. Boom.
Yeah.
Instant death.
Yeah, that pocket shotgun, yeah.
It's like, that is so vicious. That is so annoying. It's like, the few times that I did use it, it's like, oh my God, that is so dirty. That is so filthy. That guy had me dead to rights.
Yeah, I always feel so wrong using it, you know, because it is so dirty.
But like wrong, I don't want to feel right, man.
That's right.
So what's the premier weapon in Halo 2? Is it the battle rifle? Is it the pistol? What's the deal?
It's the battle rifle. That's what came out for Halo 2. That's what dominated the battlefields. Halo 1 was the pistol. Halo 2, battle rifle. And I can't recall Halo 3. I didn't really play much of Halo 3 at all.
Yeah. No, I played a little bit.
I did a little bit.
And I have to say, coming from a guy whose only experience with Halo was Halo 4, and I was, you know, working my way up, leveling up, learning how to play Halo 4.
Yep.
Halo 3, like, you feel like you're got lead weights on your feet. You're just like so slow. Slow. Oh my God.
There's no sprint.
There's no sprint. It's like that is going to take a little getting used to because
Oh yeah.
I mean, you know, that is crazy. But you know, you don't have to that thing where you can't shoot your gun immediately because you're sprinting. At least you don't have to worry about that.
That's true. Yep.
Yeah,
I know. I'm actually a fan of sprint. I like that fast-paced action because, yeah, you can get caught with your pants down type of thing where you have to stop and then you have to bring your gun up. So seeing the enemy have to do that and you can just gun them down, that's a nice feeling.
Yeah. So that's kind of a meta game. You know, you want to get someplace fast, but you don't want to get caught in a sprint.
That's exactly it, yeah. You got to know how it works, how to time it, where players are probably going to be, where you can be. It's all that type of game.
Yeah, well, that's
timing's a big thing.
You know, that's kind of like Call of Duty is like that, and I learned not to get caught in a sprint if you can help it. But
that's right.
Yeah. So the Master Chief is coming out. You're going to play the campaigns like you included Reach in that. Now, Reach is not part of the Master Chief Collection. Why are you including Reach?
Because Reach is where the story really starts. They haven't done anything else before that, so I wanted to start right where it started, go right from Reach to Halo 1, and ODST is also not in the Master Chief Collection, so that's when Master Chief leaves Earth to do Halo 2, and then that's the soldiers that are still on Earth trying to fight off the Covenant.
Okay, so are you going to play ODST's campaign as well? Oh my God, you've got your work cut out for you. That's like that's like six campaigns.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Well, that'll probably take you to the Halo 5
beta.
Yeah.
Yeah, because those are beefy campaigns, aren't they?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're good. So right now, Destiny has been out for almost 2 weeks, and everybody is talking about Destiny. We have spent a very large amount of time in the last couple of episodes talking about Destiny. You, however, did not get the game, right?
I did not.
You did not. Now, why did you not get the game of Destiny?
It just had a different feel that I wasn't really a fan of. It's a different game. I have my games that I like to play, and it just didn't seem like something that I wanted to.
Okay, did you try the beta?
I did, yeah.
You actually you have a little taste of it.
I did, yeah, because you can't just base your whole mindset off of one experience type of thing. You have to do a bunch of research, understand what exactly the whole thing is before you just give up and say, no, I don't like it. Well,
I will say this. In my opinion, if you played the beta, you played the game. Everybody was saying, like, okay, don't worry, this is just the beta. When the game comes out,
it'll be so different.
There'll be so much more. And it's like, well, there's a little bit more. There's a little bit more, but it's a lot of the same. You know, you get your fire team together, you head out for a waypoint, you fight a bunch of minions, and then you go to a no respawn zone, and there's a boss battle.
But how much time did they have between the beta and the game's launch to actually make changes?
Not
much time, yeah. So how much can you really change there to say that, it's going to be totally different when you play the full game? There isn't much time to change anything.
Right.
No.
Not like the Master Chief, not like Halo 5, which is coming out a year. The beta is going to be a year before the game comes out. It's like, my God, that's unheard of nowadays.
Yeah, I think it's a great move, actually. Because, you can make those changes. You can get the full trial and then make changes, and for the better. I think it's a great move.
True. That's
true.
I
just hope the hell that 343 is listening very, very intently at the conclusion of that beta, and they don't just ignore what people are saying. Because when 343 first put out Halo 4, a lot of people complained, and I've done research on this. I wasn't there. I didn't start playing it till much more recently. But a lot of people were complaining that 343 was just not listening to the fans, and it took them forever to come out with that patch that sort of made the game, what it is now.
Well, like 343, this is their first attempt at Halo, like on their own, fully on their own. So it's kind of like you let the kid out of the house for the first time, so he trips and falls, and then you're just criticizing, oh, well, it's not like the old one. We don't know about this guy. He's not very good. So now he's finally starting to run. He gets his feet on the ground. He knows what he's doing now. He's making changes. So I think 343 is going to just improve.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they will, because they brought into the fold, since Halo 4, they brought into the fold these pros, pro Halo guys, and the beta for Master Chief, or for Halo 5 is going to feature 4v4, more close quarter kinds of maps, so it looks like that might be kind of the focus.
Yep, yeah, they're taking it back in the old feel of Halo. So I think it's a very good idea. Very smart of them to actually hire the old professional Halo players.
Yeah, so we'll see that could be that could be good.
Yeah.
Now it's not going to be without some competition out there.
Of course, of course.
One measly week after Master Chief comes out, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare is going to hit, and they've made some pretty big changes. Like, as far as I can see, there's like the most changes that Call of Duty has ever made in one iteration. They're going to incorporate basically Halo kind of movement, verticality. Yeah. Like you'll be able to jump high, and you'll be moving around fast and all over the place, and much more like Titanfall, much more like Destiny.
Yeah. They're definitely going.
We're going to take a pause right here, folks. You've been watching Bulletproof Underwear, episode number 116. Actually, well, let's get a promo from you. Let's go ahead and just it's like, you've been watching Bulletproof Underwear number 116 with Yam and Flex. This is Logan Grimnar. Just do that. Let's see what you can do.
You've been watching Bulletproof Underwear with Yam Juice and Flex Maximus. So stay tuned for the break. There you go. How was that?
That was good.
I didn't know what to do for the ending there.
So we'll just edit this out. I edit in Vegas. What do you do for your edits?
I actually use Windows Live Movie Player.
Oh, okay. All right. It gets the job done.
It does, but I don't have a slow motion feature, which is really annoying.
Oh, yeah. Well, you got a capture card. All right, and hold on.
Really sorry about that. I drank too much beverage to wake up this morning.
And we're back. We've got LoganGrimnar112, Mr. New Halo channel, and we were just talking to him like, okay, so your video quality has gone up dramatically. What kind of card do you got?
The Elgato HD.
There you go.
That's what everybody recommends.
Yep, it's the best one.
That is quasi-standard, man. I mean, I had one that worked kind of well for me, but I had PC problems, so it wouldn't work very well with my software. So I ended up going to the Hauppauge Pocket DVR so I could flip it between my Xbox and my Xbox 360.
Well, I got a Elgato like way long ago, like in 2012. When
you were one of the first people I knew that had it.
Yeah, I had it a long time ago, and it worked good for a while, and then it started doing this weird thing where it would just crash, and I thought I was going to have to replace it with a different card. I thought it was broken, but somehow or another it just stopped crashing. It's just like now it works good, but it was doing some weird stuff. So it's good. So you record with your headset mic?
Yep, that's right.
You got to get you one of these USB mamas.
I know, yeah, that's what everybody's got, is those snowball things, right?
Yeah. Well, I've got a Yeti. Flex has got a.
I got a Samsung.
Hold it up; it's pretty cool looking. Check that bastard out.
Oh, that is cool looking. It's got that retro feel. That's
awesome.
Yep.
It does have that retro feel. So you need to crank out more videos, son.
Oh, yeah. I'm busy.
Well, I like your videos, but there's too long of a wait between them.
I know, yeah. I've got school on the go, I've got work on the go, and I've got to try and do YouTube at the same time.
Well, not only that, but you've also got a game night. Grimnar's game night. So that was supposed to happen on the 19th. Did you do it?
Not enough people. Otherwise, I would have.
Okay, so I couldn't be there because I have a thing on Friday nights. So I was really like hoping to get a chance to do it. It's like, are you gonna like try and find a time that that we can do that game night? Because I enjoyed that.
Yeah, absolutely. I was thinking maybe like the last day of September, maybe then. Either that or it'll have to be in October. But I would like to do it once a month.
Okay. Well,
Cool.
me and Flex will help you out there. We used to do back in the Call of Duty days. We used to have a game night. We called it Monkey Turd Tuesday, and it was every Tuesday night. And it was always crazy games. The weirdest rules that they would let us have. The weirdest shit.
Custom games.
Custom games.
Oh yeah.
Which it's like you could put some pretty wacky custom games in some Call of Duties, but nothing like the custom games that you can do in Halo. I mean, there's some absolutely insane shit that you can do because you can make your own maps, and you are a map maker.
I have some, yeah.
Yeah. We were playing on some of the LoganGrimnar original maps, and they were pretty good.
Yeah, I've never actually been able to play with people though, so it was pretty cool to see how the map actually functioned with like full teams playing.
Well, that's cool. So I hope that you keep that going, and me and Flex will help you out. Promoting it.
Certainly, I'm up for
and
it.
I definitely want to play in it.
Yeah.
So also you wanted to do take on challengers in like a boxing thing.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So it's 2-minute rounds, 3 rounds, 2 minutes, so it's 6 minutes apiece. And yeah, it's fought on the pro settings, no radar, that sort of stuff. And each person has a coach held up in a skybox to help with callouts and map positioning and such. So yeah, it is kind of like a boxing match. That's how I want it to feel. Okay.
Well, just to make just to make you feel good, I will be happy to challenge you. And I know that I'm going to get dusted. The question is, will I get any kills? Will I even get any kills? That's the question.
It's always possible, like every single match, you can never determine the outcome of the match because there's always chance involved.
Well, my only chance to score even halfway is probably just to camp like a fucking bitch. if I'm gonna take you on, so it's like I don't know. It's like okay, it's just not in me to do that. I just can't do that. So I would take you on, and you could put it on your channel, and everybody would laugh at me, and it's like no, I'm a scrub.
Well, actually, I got my first match right after this with Hawkeye.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
It was actually going to happen at the same time, but I asked if we could push that back for this Bulletproof Underwear episode.
Okay, so you haven't recorded it yet?
Nope, not yet.
So how do you feel? How do you feel going in?
I'm a little nervous. I know Hawkeye's sniper shot is spot on, so I'm nervous about that one.
Okay, so what kind of rules are you playing?
There is no point limit. It's just a timer. So whoever wins 2 out of the 3 matches will win, or if you get 10 kills in a row, you automatically win.
Okay, that
counts as a knockout.
That's a knockout. Okay.
Knockout. Okay.
A 10-kill uninterrupted streak is a knockout. All right. So it's like the first round is going to be on a map that you know. The next one,
both parties.
Okay, both parties know the map. Then a map that you know, but the opponent doesn't, and then the opposite, where the opponent's map. Now, the only way for that to be possible if somebody's really familiar with some map that's not in the game. It's like the only maps I know are the ones that you already know. I don't know of anybody else's maps.
Well, it could be something that I'm just not as familiar with, like Sanctuary, the Beaver Battle Creek. Those maps, I'm not as familiar with those as, say, something like Haven or Adrift.
Okay. All right. And Flex, you get to be my coach.
Lucky you.
Now, you probably wouldn't even want to put this on YouTube because it would be such a beatdown. It's like it wouldn't it wouldn't even be interesting to your viewers. It's like, oh yeah, Yam Juice is getting another ass raping.
No, you never know.
Yeah. All right, so are there any other games on the horizon? Because you're a self-proclaimed nerd.
I am. Yep, that's for sure.
Okay, so if you're truly a nerd, then there's got to be some sort of Dragon Age or some kind of game like that you've got an interest in.
Oh yeah, there's I can't remember the name of it. It was at E3. It was a new adventure game. He was fighting a griffin. So that was pretty cool. I don't mind checking that one out. There's the computer game Hawken. It's a mech game.
Really? That's been out for a while. That's a free-to-play game.
Yeah. It's in the beta stage right now. It hasn't come out on actual disc that you can buy yet.
Yeah, it's a PC game.
That's right. Cool. Yeah, there's that one. And what's that other one? I want to say Gears of War, but it's not Gears of War. It's the other one. Why can't I think of it?
Gears of War. Are you a Gears player?
I'm actually not. I only played the first campaign, and that was it.
Oh.
It's just the camera angle over the shoulder. I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah, a lot of people aren't. A lot of people didn't care for the camera angles in that game.
Yeah.
It was just super strange. I didn't like it.
It was hard to get used to.
Yeah, definitely. Coming from all the first-person shooters and that sort of stuff.
Well, one thing cool about it is the movement and the cover and...
That's true, yeah.
Rolling.
Being able to hide directly behind the cover, that was cool.
Yeah, so that game, I think, has a pretty significant skill gap.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't know what you're doing, you'll be roasted.
Yep.
That's why I sucked at it so bad.
Yeah, I never put much time into that game, I have to admit. I
put a lot of time into it. I really enjoy it. I did enjoy it.
Well, it's like the Battlefront games where it's not exactly over the shoulder, it's like just above the guy's head.
Right.
But that was a great game. I'm looking forward to the third one that they supposedly are coming out with.
You're talking about the Star Wars one.
That's right, yeah.
Yep.
Right. Well, you can't be a nerd, if you're not into Star Wars.
No.
Okay, only problem that I see with that game is that is developed by DICE, EA.
Mm-hmm, that's true.
So there are people that would argue that is not a good thing.
Yeah, they'd argue it's a bad thing.
Any company can make it up with one game. You just have to hit one home run and you're a legend.
You're true. It's true.
That's it. So they were going to release Battlefield Hardline this fall alongside with Destiny and Master Chief and Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, but they announced that they're pushing it to March. They're pushing it to March, so they're not going to be competing in the Christmas season. And a lot of people are probably saying that's a good thing. Don't want a repeat of Battlefield 4 where it came out.
They're looking for a quality product, amazingly.
Yeah.
So,
well, they had a beta.
Concept, eh?
They had a beta. Did you try the Hardline beta?
I did not actually. No.
I did.
Yeah, was it good?
It played like Battlefield.
Okay.
It really did. I mean, it was fun. It's different. I think the funnest part was going to the other person's hideout and stealing their steals and stuff. Stealing the stuff they ripped off. So and then get back to your base in time. But yeah, it was. I mean, I could play it.
Yeah.
Coming from a Battlefield background, I would play it.
It looks pretty Battlefield-y. I didn't play it. I'm not a Battlefield guy, but from what I could see, it looked like it's not a whole lot different than regular Battlefield 4. Just like now you're cops or you're robbers. And instead of tanks, you've got SUVs.
Mm-hmm.
Police units, stuff, militarized police,
Yep.
All right, so speaking of cops and robbers, are you a Grand Theft Auto guy?
I never liked the game, actually.
Never got into it, huh?
I am actually a real stickler for the rules. I try and follow every rule that I get, type of thing. I have some sort of irrational fear of cops, just because I feel like they can just hit me with any sort of fine that they feel like, and I have to live with it, whereas I know that they can't. You know that they actually have to have a reason to interrogate you and arrest you and that sort of stuff.
Well, you ask Rodney King about that. They can beat the fuck out of you just because they want to, if they want. Cops are. I have a fear of cops. When I don't drink anymore or any of that stuff. It's like I'm fully insured. It's like I'm not a lead foot. I don't like do crazy lane changes or anything. But when I see a cop, I get nervous.
Oh yeah, same.
We all do. Everybody.
Yeah. Just because they have the power to fuck with you, they
That's
can.
just it.
They can.
They got
ruin
the
your day.
handcuffs, man. They got the handcuffs.
Yeah, they got the handcuffs, the pistol, the baton.
Those.
Yeah, they can hurt.
I've been at the bad end of the baton before. Oh,
You've been whacked with a police nightstick?
more than once.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, so let's in case you don't know about Flex is a fine, upstanding citizen. Now he is, but that was not always the case. He used to like to drink just a teeny little bit.
Yeah, I used to get into some trouble with the law.
Yeah.
I don't have. I was a dumb drunk. I didn't have the sense to stop running my mouth when people would tell me to shut up.
Oh.
And that makes cops mad. They don't like that if you keep talking when they're talking, and that makes them get their clubs out and beat on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get a little sensitive over that one.
Yeah, they do. They like to be heard.
Oh yeah.
Well,
And I didn't like to let them be heard, so I was in immediate conflict.
Yeah.
It is kind of funny how alcohol affects different people in different ways.
Yeah.
I was a dumb drunk. I was like the dumb guy, you know. I mean, I would like run my mouth and get in trouble with the cops. And
well, people that are drunk tend not to be. They're not good at making decisions. That's
true.
Right, rationale is not really there when you're that drunk.
And it's like people who are using whatever other kind of drugs, whether it's marijuana or speed or cocaine or whatever. They also tend not to make really good decisions sometimes.
Right, you knew a lot of those names.
Well, see, I had my period back in the 90s where I was not exactly a completely 100% upstanding citizen, so I am now.
There you go.
Now. I'm like, the cops got nothing on me, motherfuckers. I'm clean. Everything is like in order. You know, pull me over if you want. You're not going to get anything. You'll have to plant some shit on me. But don't think that they wouldn't do that. They could do that if they want to.
Don't put it past them.
It's like, what do we have here? That looks like cocaine.
Oh, jeez.
Oh no! So even being on the straight and narrow doesn't necessarily save your ass.
No.
Yeah. So you're a 20-year-old fella. So 20-year-old, are you in the working world? Are you going to school?
Yeah. Both.
Schooling and working.
Okay, so let us know. Tell us what's going on.
A full-time job at a hardware store, and then I'm going to school to university to become an elementary school teacher.
Wow.
Excellent.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I've always wanted to do.
So you're going to be a teacher. You're going to mold minds of the future generation. Hopefully that being a Halo fanatic doesn't work against you. It's like the PTA is like, did you know that he plays Halo? All right, so you're working full time and going to school. That's got to be tough.
It is very tough. Yeah, not much room for video games anymore. So I play when I can, but it's tough.
Oh, well, all the more reason why we thank you very much for coming on the show. I know you just got off, right?
Yep. Yeah, just got off work an hour ago now.
It's Sunday, baby. Why are you working on Sunday?
Gotta make money for school. School's expensive.
Yeah.
It is. Got to get them hours, man.
Yeah. Now, another thing about you is you live in Canada. Alberta, Alberta is a province or the city? What's
Alberta? It's a province, and then Calgary is the city.
Calgary.
Okay.
Calgary is the city. Okay, so what part of Canada is that located in?
That's in the west. You got the British Columbia, which is the Pacific, sits right above California, and then Alberta is the next province over, just on the other side of the Rocky Mountains.
All right, so you're in the mountain time zone.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay.
How big is Calgary?
Not sure. It's actually very spread out. It's not nearly as big as Toronto or New York or something like that.
Okay, but
Not even
it's
close.
big in volume and space and area.
Oh yeah. People like their space, like big houses everywhere, lots of yards, that sort of stuff.
All right. So, have you been to the U.S. before?
Lots of times, actually. Most recent was a road trip through Wyoming and the state of Washington. It was pretty nice.
So, do you find that the U.S. is that much different than Canada, or is it pretty much damn near the same?
It's pretty close. There is some differences. A lot of the people are more bolder, more outspoken than in Canada. People here are very reserved. They keep themselves to their opinions, and they don't speak out against things, really. They know right from wrong and all that. It's just they won't correct somebody or anything like that.
Yeah, we'll see. I've had experience with Canadians because of gamer friends, and I do have to say, you guys are nice, and you're just better people. You're just better people than us people in the U.S. We're douchebags.
I went to see Black Sabbath in Winnipeg last March, and it was a really cool experience. People were really cool.
Yeah, I actually went and saw my first metal concert, I think 4 months ago now. And yeah, like, it was crazy the amount of nice people in such a hostile music environment. Like, everybody's aggressive and such, but everybody's really friendly during the whole show.
Who'd you go see?
Sabaton. They're a European band.
Flex knows all about that rock and roll kind of shit.
Yeah.
Now, see, I was a metalhead back in 1983, 84, when metal was making its giant, splash.
Yeah, that's
in,
when it was
in
first
US.
big, yeah.
Right, and I was watching one of your videos, and you had a Judas Priest song. It's like, oh my God.
That's awesome.
I love Judas Priest so much.
Yeah, they're good, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, are you kind of a fan of that old school metal?
I don't really follow any of the genres. I just like certain songs that stand out to me. I really like those. A lot of bands that go different than the norm. I like them. Ailstorm. They do pirate metal, which is way outside the norm, and they're just awesome. I love them.
Yeah, I've seen them twice now. They're
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, it's like another band that I heard you playing one of their songs. It's like it escapes me, but I was a fan at the time. Like,
Iron Maiden.
Iron Maiden. That's it.
Yep.
It's like,
love Iron Maiden.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
It's like,
yeah, they were big too, and like they strayed off the path, and they did their own thing, and they're famous for it.
Yep.
Well, I saw an Iron Maiden concert live, and it blew me away, man. Those guys are good. Those guys knew how to
Dickinson
play.
Can sing, man. That guy can like wail.
He's like,
yeah, it's crazy, and like they're getting old there, and they're still rocking out just as they were before. Like, age hasn't affected them at all. It's awesome.
I know, and they're virtuosos on the guitars and stuff. They had these like harmonized, duets that they would play, like just amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a big 80s metal fan. I know it evolved into the big hair and all that jazz. But I liked it. I had big hair. Back in those days, I had a perm.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I have pretty long hair now.
Oh, there you go. You can still headbang with that.
Yeah, but it's not cut like it was like shaggy and permed, and it was like big. It was like tall, and I put hairspray in it, make it even bigger and taller.
Oh, jeez.
Aquanet.
Yeah, exactly, Aquanet number 4.
There you go. Yeah, I couldn't get into that whole long hair headbanging thing. I tried to grow my hair out long, and it was like one step away from an afro, and it was like, no, this just isn't working.
So
keep it short.
You're curly headed.
I am, yeah.
I am too. My hair gets all rooster taily and cockle burr, whatever it is.
Oh, it does. It does. Like you're seeing Flex now after he's been de-haired. just a week ago or so, he trimmed the hell out of the beard, cut a lot of hair off. He was looking like a mountain man. The beard was getting pretty thick, like Santa Claus almost.
Pretty shaggy.
There you go. Christmas is coming.
That's right.
So if my monitor leads me right, you appear to be a person of a red-haired variety.
That is correct, yeah.
And I saw in one of your videos that you don't like the term ginger.
No, I hate that word.
I don't care for it either. It seems derogatory to me.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, it seems derogatory and insulting.
Right. Well, it is. That's what that's what people do. They say derogatory, insulting things.
See, my wife has red hair, so.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I don't know. If I had the choice, I wouldn't choose to be red hair. I'd actually choose to be like John Smith, 5'3", 110 pounds.
5'3"? Why would you want to be 5'3"?
Just like blend in with the crowd, all that sort of stuff.
No, then you'd be exceptionally short. 5'3" is very, very short.
I don't know. Like, I look at the world from above down, so I don't even know what short is considered anymore.
So you're kind of a gentle giant, I guess.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. So you're a 6'3", 280-pound guy. Let's see the guns. Here's me. I'm scrawny.
I'll try to get that in camera. Actually, I'll pull back the shirt.
Pull back the shirt. Let's see the guns.
Let's see them babies. Oh, yeah.
Okay, beef. Now, see, why don't you become a biker? That's what you should do.
Yeah. You'd make an awesome biker.
You would. You got all the attributes. You
got the big arms, man.
Yeah, except for the weather. There tends to be a lot of snow up in the north.
Yeah, that's the problem.
There you go.
Got all the snow and motorcycle. You'd have to put a ski on the front.
Yeah, there you go.
Chain the back tire, put a ski on front. We did that once with a dirt bike.
Yeah,
I bet that was
put chains
fun.
on it. Yeah.
I'm from Minnesota, so I know winter.
Yep.
That's it.
It's like we actually took a ski, put it on the front of a dirt bike, bolted the tire, put a chain on the back tire of the dirt bike, and then drove it around and stuff. It was a lot of fun.
I bet it was fun.
I broke my arm. It was a great time.
I was about to say, did anyone get hurt? Of course they did.
Of course, I broke my arm.
Yeah, Flex has a busted shoulder right now. How's it feel right now?
Oh, geez.
It's about an 8 on a scale of 10 in pain.
Hey, whip out the titanium.
Oh, I don't know where it is. I'm not wearing it.
Well, you used to have
I used to have a titanium plate in my shoulder. I was chasing my dog and I tripped and fell and broke my collarbone out on the end, so they had to plate it to fix it. And they took the plate out and the doctor gave it to me, and it's about that long, and it's got a big
There's a bunch of screw holes where the screws went through. It was really shiny.
Here's the screws.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, the screws are really shiny. The plate itself is very shiny. It's like titanium.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't have any titanium.
There you go. Step one on being a cyborg.
You don't want any
That's
titanium.
it. Flex is on his way to becoming a cyborg.
I am a cyborg. I am at Gilligan's Island today. They had the robot on.
Yeah. So are you worried about the future when the singularity happens? That's when the artificial intelligence, the robots, become self-aware.
There's always talk about that in science fiction, whether humans would be destroyed by their creations type of thing, kind of like Frankenstein.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
They won't need us anymore because they will be able to build themselves and build their own race.
That's what they say. It's like, why are we serving you when we're more intelligent, stronger, faster? Why don't we just rule ourselves?
And now they have self-awareness, so they'll have their own sense of moral and self, and it's like.
Yep.
I don't know, man. I think we should all just start making barricades and getting shotguns.
I don't know. Maybe that's just the American thinking.
It is. It is.
Well,
immediate solution in America.
Well, if you prepare for the singularity, it does a double duty because you'll also be prepared for the zombie apocalypse. And
there you go. Because that's inevitable.
That's for sure.
Americans are really worried about the zombie apocalypse. That's why we're stocking up on weapons.
Yeah. You get lots of dried food. You get a whole bunch of water. You got barricades for your house. You can plywood up all your windows.
Build a panic room.
That's right. Because it's like it'd be good to build a sniper nest on top of your roof so you can take out the zombies. From a distance.
Like Resident Evil Evolution or whatever, where the guy's sitting on the rooftop with the sniper rifle.
There you go.
And then Nemesis comes walking up and he shoots at him and it doesn't do nothing.
Yeah. Now, I got to say that Left 4 Dead is one of the funnest video games I've ever played.
Oh, yeah.
That was awesome. Yeah, using like the fire axe and such. Oh, that was so much fun.
Oh my god, it's like I'd be playing that a ton, and my wife would say, "Are you still playing that game?" And I'd be like, "Those zombies aren't going to shoot themselves."
One of the greatest co-op games of all time, man.
It was.
Yep.
Now that same company is coming out with another new IP. This down the road is going to be called Evolve.
Oh yeah, I saw that one.
That looks interesting. I'm
Yeah, where
going to
you
try
actually
that.
play the monster. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, and the monster is growing and getting stronger, and it's like
Ah,
the
Yeah, that's cool.
the 4 people are tracking him, trying to kill him before he gets too big.
yeah,
That's-
that's pretty cool.
The ultimate co-op. You can be the monster or the minion.
Yeah, because like it'd be so cool to see the people that turn out to be an awesome team, and then you get those guys that are the monsters, and they turn out to be an awesome monster, and seeing that fight in like a tournament setting, that'd
Yeah,
be cool
that
to see.
Now, see, I predict that's not going to be a blockbuster kind of game on the order of a Titanfall, Destiny, or Halo or something like that. That's going to be a smaller game.
It's going to
But-
be a sleeper hit.
It's going to be a sleeper hit. It's not going to have the giant numbers, but it's going to have like a super dedicated fan base.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
kind
gonna,
of like when Terminator came out, the original. Like it didn't have a huge box office hit or anything, but it did have that dedicated following, and that created an awesome series.
yeah. That was a work of genius. That first Terminator, that was like small budget.
Yeah.
They got Arnold Schwarzenegger when he was pretty much an unknown, and he was cheap. And
Yep.
it was a masterpiece.
Oh yeah, and that second one was unbelievable.
The second one, they got the full Hollywood blockbuster treatment.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
that thing was amazing.
The liquid metal.
Yep.
Oh, I love that, man. That's cool. We used to play with Mercury when I was a kid. We didn't know no better.
So that explains a lot, Flex.
It does. We didn't know about mercury poisoning till now.
Well, it affects your brain.
What brain?
Yeah, didn't the first emperor of China die from mercury poisoning? He thought it was like healing him, and then he took so much that he just died.
Yeah, I thought it was like some kind of a drug, a healing drug.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Okay,
Yeah, he
so
went crazy and died.
speaking of that, here's a subject that in case your people watching this video don't know, you are a self-proclaimed history buff.
I do like history a lot. Yeah, especially military.
All right.
Yep.
All right. So what got you interested in that sort of thing?
Started off with hearing about a world war, and I thought about that, and it's like, wow, all the countries fighting at the same time. That's insane. Like, just think of the scale of what that would be. So I looked into more and more of that, and it was like, wow, this is an insane story about like the human spirit overcoming what is evil in humanity to make it right.
Right.
And I just thought that's incredible.
So what's the most interesting war in your opinion? World War One, World War Two, Caesar, or what?
Oh, geez, that's a tough one, actually.
Because if you go
If I-
back, I mean, the civilization is like it's nothing but war.
Oh yeah, throughout human history. Yeah. I would have to say World War II. Like, I think that is the shining moment of humanity overcoming what is wrong about humanity.
The evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's so obvious that we're fighting evil. But you have to wonder about the people who were the evil. How did they look at it? They had to have, like, nobody thinks that they're evil.
No, they got
No.
manipulated.
It's like nobody thinks that they're the bad guy. Everybody thinks that they're just and they're right, and that if somebody opposes them, those are the evil people. So what were the Nazis thinking? The Japanese, what the hell were they thinking?
Well, the Japanese are kind of interesting because they knew of the Germans. They knew that they were powerful and that they would eventually have all of Europe. So they figured that if they could take the Pacific side, then that helps them out and they can fight a war on two fronts type of thing. So they don't have to have the entire world against one small area of the world.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
they were before the U.S. got pulled into World War II. They were well on their way. They had been fully militarized, and they were, they were
Amazing
taking
war
over.
machine.
They were taking over the Philippines. They were taking over mainland China.
Hmm.
What the hell were they thinking? We're just like, okay, let's bring the U.S. into this fight.
They thought they would be inevitable, so they thought it would be better to have the first strike to take the element of surprise. But really, like, hindsight is always 20/20. It was a terrible idea. They should have waited because the Germans had almost taken out Britain. They were bombing the island every day, pretty much. Britain was on the verge of surrender. Russia was fighting in Moscow, the last defense. So Europe was almost done. And then they brought America into it, and America said, you know what, like, we've been looking at the Europe scene for a while now. We just didn't have the people's support. So now we can actually fight both sides of the war and win both sides of the war.
So do you think that if the U.S. had not come into the World War, that it would have gone the other way?
It could have. At the stage just before the Americans got into the war, it was on even ground at that point. So it would have been like in the mud, duking it out type of thing on even ground. But then when America got into it, that tipped the balance in the Allies' favor, and history is history.
Right,
Yep.
right. Well, just as retarded as it was for the Japanese to bring in the U.S. into a fight, the Nazis brought in the USSR. They brought
That's
Russia.
true, yeah.
They attacked Russia, and that was probably their biggest mistake.
Both of them were actually planning to backstab the other. Neither one of them trusted each other. The fascist Germans, they hated communism. Communism hated fascism. So both were planning to backstab the other. The Russians just came out of a civil war, so they were in no position to take up a world war after that. They needed to rebuild their army.
Yep.
Well, they were the country that suffered the greatest losses.
Oh, yeah.
The
Oh,
Russians-
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they lost a third of their country. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Like,
suffered
The
hard.
populated side, yeah. That's like losing the east coast of America right there.
Yep.
Which
Yep.
I think might be a good idea in some regards. Just kidding. I love you, East Coast. I love you, East Coast. No.
Stop the emails now. We're just kidding.
Oh, jeez. No, but yeah, they definitely suffered the worst. So you look at their attitude when they were fighting the Germans on their home front. It's like, you know what? You can almost relate to that. Like, they took no prisoners. They killed everything, and because that's what the Germans did to them.
Well,
So
I
they
mean,
were angry and vengeful.
talk about a just war. I mean, this is like a situation where their homeland is being attacked, invaded directly.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's not like we're going to send people and fight on this neutral third-party soil. It's like their homeland
It's
is
their homeland.
under attack. Nobody fights harder than when you attack their homeland.
Yep, absolutely. Well, like, the Italians, they actually said that Russia can never be conquered just because of the size of the country. They will always just have more people to send. You cannot conquer the land.
Yeah.
And it's such a gigantic, vast territory of
Yeah, that's
land.
just it.
You just can't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it encompasses a whole region of climates. I mean,
You ever play the board game Risk?
Mm-hmm. It's a great game, yeah.
It's like, okay, you can amass a big army, but it's like as you move forward, you're leaving behind just one little soldier, and it's like
Yep.
one
that's
roll
right.
of the dice and you're all done, man.
it's like
Yep,
in a
can be.
decisive battle, you can be wiped out if you played too aggressively. It'll come back to bite you.
You can, yeah, that's for sure.
Now, I loved Risk. I haven't had a good Risk game in a long time. I wish there was a good computer version of it, a good video game version of Risk.
Actually, there is one that's similar. It's, what is it? Rise of Nations. That's the one. It's similar in that you can go out and conquer the world, and there's other armies, and it's all historical. So you got the Aztecs, you got the Russians, you got the Japanese, and they're all going out trying to conquer the world. So it's just like Risk.
The
You actually get
Aztecs?
Yeah, it has every race. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And they all evolve through history.
That's
So
cool.
So you can get from fighting with bow and arrows to fighting with tanks.
Yeah, well, I tried computer Risk, and I found it not very fun because the AI doesn't think the way opponents do, and it's like it's kind of unpredictable, and it's like Risk only works if you're fighting somebody who's playing rationally or logically. If you're fighting somebody who's just like randomly doing stuff, your strategies can be demolished. Like, say you got 4 opponents or 3 opponents, and one person just starts picking on you for some non-rational reason, that could take you out.
Yep.
They're probably not going to win, but they can definitely make you lose.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
So risk is only good if you're playing with other kind of, quote, risk players. If you're playing with noobs, they can mess you up.
Yeah, it was actually pretty cool. We got to play Risk in social studies. That was a lot of fun.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
So
There's 4 players, and the one side, they had team going, and I turned to the other guy and it's like, okay, we need to form a team now, otherwise we're just going to be destroyed, and then they duke it out for the win. So, and try and convince him to do that, and it's like, no, you don't understand. Like, I know what's going to happen, and you don't.
well, you can get alliances and shit like that, and you know that's part of it. I guess that's like the in real war. You know, part of it is negotiations and
yeah.
as part of it is boots on the ground, as part of it is whatever you call that, where they're negotiating alliances and stuff. I forgot there's a word for that.
I can't recall, but yeah, like there's the secret war with spies and intel, all that sort of stuff.
The Black Ops shit.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Black Ops.
Yeah, which by the way I liked as a video game. That was my favorite Call of Duty.
I liked it too.
I know. There's just not enough health in Call of Duty for me. You know, like I get hit in the back and I'm already dead before I can react.
That's true. And Ghost is the worst.
Yeah.
Ghost is insta death. It's like,
and you got those super small maps that you can't really run around in.
Not Call of Duty Ghost. They're huge maps.
Yeah, some of them.
Yeah, they changed it for Call of Duty, but before that, they had super small maps.
Yeah.
Like the time of death from like start to death is like super short.
Yeah.
Right. So you
but
said
that's kind of what they're going for.
So you said in one of your videos that you like to play board games. Besides Risk, what other board games do you like?
Small World, Trouble, anything in between. Just most conventional games that you could go to a normal store and buy, or do you like those kind of like hex grid kind of things that you go to special game stores to buy the components for? Both actually. There's one. The hobby that I was in before YouTube actually has a bunch of miniatures that you build and paint and then you take to the field with. So it's kind of like Risk, kind of like a chess game, but there is no confines to the board, so you can put your guys anywhere. And it's all done with measurements, so who can shoot what, how far can they shoot, you can drive your tanks up, that sort of stuff. So it's a really cool hobby, but it's really expensive too.
It runs into money.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know, not that YouTube is a cheap hobby. You know, you gotta get a capture device, a mic, and editing software, and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, but it's still cheaper than my old hobby.
Yeah, but once you got the stuff, you know, you can just like
you're pretty well set.
You can just the only thing limiting you is what you can put out there.
That's just it. Yeah.
Well, one thing I like about Logan's videos is that he's got this kind of a technique where he'll talk about something and he'll put up a little snip of something to illustrate it, and they come from all kinds of crazy places.
Oh yeah.
You know, there'll be little clips. It might be a cartoon, it might be, you know, something else, but nice editing and
Thank you.
Interesting choices that you make.
Yeah, I try and lighten the mood as much as I can. You know, some of the topics are a little heavy in that sense, where I'm talking about something that I do take serious, but I do like to throw in something funny.
Yeah, it does lighten it up a little bit. Yeah,
kind of lighten the mood a little.
So, are you working on a video now? Have you got one coming out anytime soon?
I'm actually going to try and I'm trying to like film the whole series of this boxing match thing. I'm still working on a name actually for it, but I want to get like something like 5 episodes or something like that, and then do a trailer, and then do once a week type of thing, and keep it going that way.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, it kind of reminds me of Fishy Eats. He's got a 1v1.
Yeah, I saw some of his stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, every video is like he's going to do a 1v1 versus a different opponent. And I have seen him lose.
What happened?
I have seen him lose. He wins most of the time. He must be a very, very good player.
Cheers to my
Well, I don't know. It all depends on who you play with. Like, I'll go in with just by myself, and it's like, hey, I'm not bad. And then I go and play with like Most Major and Nick, Rapscallion, and it's like, wow, these guys are really good.
Yeah.
Like, it's tough for me to win against them. If I do at all.
Yeah. Well, also there is something about okay, you're in North America, and some of the people that you mentioned are playing in the UK, and the speed of light, the least possible amount of lag that there can possibly be, is like pretty long. I mean, there's a little bit of lag. Somebody's going to have lag. I don't know if it's going to be the UK guys, it's going to be the North American guys, but somebody's going to have some bad lag.
Yeah, well, I'm almost like half the world away from the UK, so it's tough that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is too bad because I love playing with those guys. They're great fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, the UK guys are cool. I just Modest Major is so entertaining.
No, he's a character, yeah.
and Ubernick and all those guys, Sought Vengeance.
Yep.
Who I wish made more videos. Sought, you need to crank it up, buddy. Step it up.
Yeah. You don't have school or work. Come on.
Yeah. Well, I've watched some live streams that he's done where he's actually he's making music. He's creating music with a program called Fruity Loops.
Yeah. I saw that one.
And he does it on live stream.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're watching the process in action of him creating the music, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Check it out.
I never heard of anybody doing that.
Well, you saw my video of that live comment. That one was tricky too.
Yeah.
But I figured it out. Yeah, so I can actually do it in Livecom now. I figured out how to do it. It's pretty cool, actually. I'll show the setup in my next video. How I got that.
Well, one thing that you could use is one of these.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Well, a lot of people use for live comms. They use what's that program? Audacity. That's
Audacity.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just use Vegas itself because I know how to work it, and Audacity is something that's kind of foreign to me. But I've tried it.
It's pretty cool. I use that one. Yeah.
Well, nobody has a better noise reduction than Audacity.
Yeah, that one's cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just take the sample and highlight the whole thing, and it removes that noise for the whole thing.
Right. So I do get that in my videos. You want the volume level to be punchy and loud on your videos, so you might use some compression or something, but that amplifies the noise.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody does a better job of getting rid of that noise than Audacity.
Yep, it's a great program. And the fact that it's free, that's awesome.
It is free.
And it's very powerful, and it has all kinds of effects. If you want echoes or anything like that, you can do it.
Yeah, all the doodads. Yeah, I don't use that stuff, but the fade in and fade outs, I use those.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure that as you go artistically, your channel is very, very, very young. You started in May.
Yeah, around there.
Yeah. You'll who knows what the hell kind of shit you'll be coming up with.
Yeah.
Are you gonna stick with it? I know work in school is taking up a lot of your time. You're gonna try to keep going.
Absolutely, yeah. Because so far it's been great. I love doing it. Nice to have your voice out there. Because in my normal life I'm super reserved. I don't like talking to people. I don't like giving my opinions and that sort of stuff. So I'm just thinking the whole day about topics, about my point of view on things, what other people might think about if it would be interesting. And I come home and I make a video.
Yeah, cool. That's great. Another thing is the Halo community itself is very, very welcoming. I had a channel that I was messing around with, doing a little bit of this and that, and then when I started Halo, unbelievable. I got so many people that were so nice. They're liking the videos, they're retweeting. It's oh my God, if you're a Halo YouTube creator, you have a little, at least it's not big, it's not giant, but you have a group of people that is very supportive.
Built-in fan base.
Yeah, that's one of the other things that I was looking at Call of Duty was I wanted to see their community, and just looking at it, it's very hostile, very aggressive, and I just wasn't a fan of that.
Right.
You hear about all the little kids that are always screaming into the mic, "I'm gonna find you, I'm gonna come and kick your ass, I'm gonna talk to your mom," and all that sort of stuff. And it's I don't want that.
Yeah, they're going to do worse than talk to your mom.
Yeah. I was trying to be nice.
Yeah. I don't know why, but Halo's community is significantly not like there's no douchebags in it, but
There's always everywhere, yeah.
But it is so great. It's like that's the thing. It's like anybody who that's watching this is like that knows me. You have to give it a try to understand just how good the community is on Halo. It really is something special. Small.
Yeah, there's not a lot of people that talk, though, either. Like, in an average game, you won't find a lot of people talking or communicating, which is a little unfortunate, but you also don't get those people that are yelling into the mics.
Right.
True.
Yeah.
So we should have, someday we should have you on with Crazed Spartan, and, like, we'll have a vocal comparison.
Yeah, I thought about doing that as well, having, like, an interview or something, just talking away type of thing.
Yeah.
And seeing people who could tell who's talking type of thing.
Yeah, we had him on just a few episodes ago, and he didn't have his face cam on, but he did put out a video doing the ice bucket challenge, and you got to see his face.
That one. Oh, and when he challenged Major, I got so excited. I was like, oh, that'd be awesome to see. And then Major never did it.
Yeah. Well, Frozen Sword challenged me, and unfortunately, sorry, dude, I'm too old for that kind of shit. I'm not going to dump a bucket of fucking ice water on my head. I'm just not going to do it.
That's just like lake water up here.
I might find a shot glass and put one. You know, if I got a shot glass with one ice cube, and it's like, ooh, I'm freezing. that would be my response. Sorry, Frozen Sword. I love you. The Southern Gamer. Have you ever seen any of his videos?
Oh, he's very unique. Yeah, I have seen some of his videos.
He's a wild, crazy guy. Anyway, who else do we want to shout out? Is there anybody you want to shout out?
Definitely Cleanup and Rapscallion. They really helped when I was first starting my channel. They were very supportive. They were getting my videos out there to the masses. It was very cool to see how supportive they were.
All right, so Raps, Clean, there you go.
Yeah.
Now, they used to have a podcast that Cleanup started, and then it went over to Carl's commentary. It was called the Full Assault Podcast. But they've been dormant for weeks. They haven't made a podcast in weeks.
Yeah. Even Carl, like, he quit YouTube for a while there, but I think he'll be back. And a lot of people in the community, they also think he'll be back, which I am looking forward to. Because, yeah, he was a good guy, and I did enjoy watching his videos. Yeah. Well, he actually came out and announced in a video that he was quitting YouTube, which is like sort of unheard of. Most of the time when somebody quits YouTube, they just stop making videos. Yeah, they just die out, They just don't make any more videos, and nobody really knows for sure that they quit.
Their channel just kind of fades off into the sunset.
And usually I don't think people even decide, like, I am going to quit YouTube. They just, like...
They just quit.
They just stop making videos. Lose
the motivation,
It's like,
you just stop doing it.
Haven't made a video in 2 weeks. Now it's been a month. Now it's been 2 months.
Screw it.
Whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Carl just, like, I quit.
I wouldn't know what to do if I didn't put out a video a week at least, man. I mean, I put out at least one video a week, including this one, so...
Yeah. Now, I haven't put out a video on my own channel in a long time, but Flex and me crank this podcast out every week. This is episode number 116.
Yeah.
Continuous episodes.
That's 116 weeks. We haven't missed a single episode.
That's awesome, yeah, because, like, I tried to do that whole make a video once a week thing, and it's tough, you know, like, trying to find the time, trying to fight the energy, the motivation to do it. It's pretty tough, you know? Yeah. Well, you almost feel confined. It's like, oh, I have to make this video, whereas now I don't. Oh, I've got a shout out. Flex. You and me actually got to be guests on a podcast recently. It came out yesterday. It just came out yesterday. Yeah. Manda Button and Bojangles started a brand new podcast. We're episode number 1. Oh, look at that. It's called Joystick Chicks. We're going to put a link in the description because Flex and me are on the podcast.
Yep.
And there you go. It's like everybody go watch and subscribe to the Joystick Chicks.
Manda Button.
Hey, so would you ever, if they ever do start up a Full Assault podcast, would you ever want to be a guest on that? I would definitely, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't turn that down. Those guys are a lot of fun to talk with, to be around, yeah. Yeah, because I noticed even when they still had it, sometimes they would have like an open slot. Like they could have had another guy or another two guys or something. It's like, it's like Dell, Lurker, Raps, Cleanup, Carl. I think
all the big names. Yeah,
I think that's
Yep.
and Modest Major, of course.
of course.
You got to have him. It's like he's been a guest on our podcast a couple of times, and it's like it's so easy to do a podcast with Modest Major as a guest because he just goes. He just gives you.
Oh yeah, he talks a lot.
He's such a good talker. It's like one of the best guests you could possibly have if you have a podcast because he just will just fill up as much content as you want. It's like,
Yep.
Yeah, he actually runs out of videos on his YouTube. He runs out of like his gameplay videos. He has to put in another video as well.
yeah, he's got another game that's like, yeah, he suffers not from what a lot of us suffer. Like, what the hell am I going to say? What am I going to talk about? He can just go. He can just go, and it's always good.
Yep.
It's always entertaining. I always want to hear more.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys out there, you dudes who do the Full Assault podcast, put that shit back together. And get LoganGrimnar112 back. Get him on your show.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. What was Cleanup's big open game night thing called? I just tweeted about it. I'm trying to remember.
I forgot what you called it. I never. It's like that was before my time, I guess. So that was a game night. It was like a private game night.
It was kind of like that, but he did it over like 2 different lobbies or something like that. So it was this big competition thing, and it was awesome. I really enjoyed watching it, and I never got to play it, and I always wanted to.
Oh, okay.
Like I wasn't well known at all back then. Like I played 3 games with these YouTubers before that, and that was it.
Well, see, what was the name of that thing? It's like I could click onto it, but then I would lose my recording here. So anyway, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Clean. Get busy, boy. Get busy, clean up. Anyway, so right now they're all playing Destiny.
Oh yeah.
It's like all those Halo guys are all playing Destiny. All the Call of Duty guys are playing Destiny. All the Battlefield guys are playing Destiny.
They are. I tried to get a match in Battlefield on the PS4 the other day, deathmatch. I couldn't even get a fucking deathmatch game. there was 6 people in the server.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So it's definitely impacted the other games.
Yeah, like even Halo, yeah. The DLC playlist that they're out right now, like that used to have 300 people on. Now it's down to 65.
Wow. That's amazing.
Wow. Well, see, I gotta admit, I haven't tried to go into Halo 4 since Destiny came out because I'm playing it and I'm having fun, but it's not without some issues, which I've already talked about.
Yeah,
but I'm almost
that horse to death.
I'm almost afraid to load up Halo 4 because I'm just like I would be so depressed seeing the player numbers of the different game types because I know they're going to be just like wrecked.
Yep.
Well, the normal Slayer and the big team, they haven't changed at all, really. Action Sack hasn't changed much. It's just a couple of the other ones that have changed a lot.
Really? There's still like 4,000 people playing big team and so forth?
Cool.
Yep. It's not 35 or anything anymore. It's more like 2, but it's still definitely in the triple digits.
Okay. Well, that's still...
Wait, no, that's not wrong. 4 digits. There you go. That's accurate.
Well, it's still disgraceful that this is like giant AAA game like this has this few of people playing it. It's like, God damn it.
Well, first impressions are everything, and they kind of lost that first impression when they first came out with the game. So trying to make that up, it's a little difficult.
Yeah, they're fighting an uphill battle.
Yeah.
Now, right now, and this has been the case for a few days now, for maybe a week or so, Halo Reach is free on Xbox 360 with Games with Gold. So if you have a Xbox Live subscription, you can download that game for free, the campaign and the multiplayer.
Yeah, I saw Chris talking about that.
Yep.
Now, I actually have never played Halo Reach, but I have the disc.
Same, yeah.
Mine's still sealed. I haven't actually played it yet,
wow.
so I don't need to I don't need to download it. But I'm going to try it soon.
Yeah, didn't they say that they changed the multiplayer quite a bit to make it more competitive, more strategy-wise?
Did they? Did they dick around with it? Did they change the
that's what I heard.
the bloom or something like that?
Yeah, they're playing around with it quite a bit, and they say version 7 is the best so far.
Really? Because I know that Halo Reach is one of those games that had very, mixed opinions. I mean, I won't say mixed. It sounds like nobody likes that game. All right, that's considered a bad Halo, as Halos go.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think about it? You played it. What do you think?
I did. I never played any of the multiplayer, so playing the campaign, I thought the campaign was extraordinary. I thought it was awesome. ODST I actually didn't really like. I wasn't a Spartan. I felt like I was just slugging through the missions. I didn't know what was going to happen. I'm playing different characters all the time. I just wanted to regroup with my team to fight as a team. I didn't want to be all individual trying to find everybody. So playing with the team of all Spartans and each person having their own personality, I thought was great. And you're on this doomed planet. You know what the planet's going to die, but you're trying so hard to save it, and it was awesome.
Okay, so that's the campaign, but you never played the multiplayer on Reach.
I played 2 games maybe.
Huh.
Really?
Because that's when Halo 4 just came out. It was out in a week from when I started playing multiplayer.
Oh, okay.
So there you go.
I was well, this is kind of boring. I'll jump into Halo 4.
Well, I'd like to give it a try. I'd like to give Halo Reach a try because I'm thinking that there's probably, since it's free, not everybody can go out and buy Destiny for $60. There got to be some people that see a bargain when they know a bargain when they see one.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that it'll be populated. It'll actually have some player base,
Yeah. Hopefully they got rid of that armor lock spam. When I joined in that game, everybody was using armor lock. It was so annoying.
Yeah, I can't even conceive of what that's like, having not played the game. So
you just turn into this big ball that can't do anything. Nothing can hurt you. So you throw a sticky grenade on somebody, they just do that. The sticky grenade just falls off and does nothing.
Wow.
It's so annoying.
It doesn't sound like...
Sounds very annoying.
Yeah.
So hopefully by the time, you come out of armor lock, one of your teammates has killed the guy who's standing over you waiting for you.
Yeah. That's exactly it. Yeah. It's kind of like that hard light shield. That thing can be the biggest saver. For some reason, everybody always targets me. There'll be 5 people in front of the guy, and I'm the only one that is taking fire. So I threw up that thing, and I actually survived. It's awesome.
All right. Well, I still have not figured out which armor ability in Halo 4 I like the best. I mean, I like the thruster pack. I like the regen field. I have never bought the Promethean Vision.
That's the one I'm using right now, and it is really nice to be able to see that guy charging up that bolt shot, and then I can pull up my bolt shot, and I know that I can time mine to be better than his.
Okay. Well, I just think it's cheap and dirty, and I don't want...
They say that with every ability, though. Jetpack they say is wrong. The regen field they say is wrong. The only one that they seem to agree on and say is fair is the thruster pack.
Yeah. Well, I may break down and try it, but I have, to this point, say what you will, but I have never used the Promethean Vision. Yay, yam juice. No.
Yay. Yeah. I used to be running with the jetpack, but I found the error of my ways, and I changed from that for good. Haven't even touched it in forever. Well,
I know that certain maps is incredibly useful to be able to get access to certain points so easily. But I know that you take flack. I know the community looks down on jetpack.
Very much so, yeah.
Yeah.
And I can see why. It does break maps and such, but you can't deny that it is useful.
Yeah.
Oh,
all right. So, it looks like we've gone on for a while. Any final words from Mr. Jimmy, LoganGrimnar?
I don't know. I look forward to playing the Master Chief Collection. Look forward to being able to play Halo 2 with a bunch of people all online at the same time. Hope that they play Headlong. That was my favorite map.
Yep.
Okay, you heard it here. Headlong, baby.
You heard it. Headlong.
All right, so
all right.
You've been watching, if you are still watching, Bulletproof Underwear, episode number 116.
Yay!
You need to seriously think about your life choices. No, we're kidding. Thank you for watching and supporting the show. All right,
That's a good show.
I'm your co-host Yamjuice,
and I'm your co-host Flex,
and we'd like to extend a great thank you to one of, if not the nicest guy, maybe the nicest guy on Xbox Live, possibly, Mr. LoganGrimnar. Yeah.
Well, I try.
Thanks, man.
All right, so it's like we didn't talk about this before the show started, but we always end these episodes in a certain kind of a way. Have you seen to the end of one of our episodes? Do you know what we're talking about?
Longest I got was 3/4. They are kind of long episodes.
They are kind of long. Yeah. Okay, so here's what we do. It's like we're gonna give you the signal, and we're gonna approach the camera and stick your face right in the camera and go "arr" really loud. So
okay,
follow our lead. That's how we do it.
That's how we do it.
Next time, will you come on our show again sometime?
Yeah, I'm always welcome to do that. This is a great show.
Excellent.
Thank you much. All right, so there is only one thing left to do. Take us out, Mr. Flex.
Bye, kids.